Okay, let's review this one. E4, G6, D4, and we push to center pawns. This is good. And Bishop G7, Knight C3, and C6. Yes. So when Black played G6 and Bishop G7 as the first two moves, the ideas behind is Black doesn't want to push the control pawns or push the center pawns at the first beginning. The reason is Black wants to have some flexibility in opening. So it can push d6, c5, or c6, d5, or c6, b5. So Black will move the pieces or set up a pawn structure as the game develops. But from White's perspective, we can just keep developing pieces and controlling the center. So Bishop e3, this is good, and d6, Knight f3, Queen c7, and Bishop c4. Bishop c4, I would like hold developing bishop for later move. First of all, I will move the queen to d2 first. And if the knight goes to f6, we can move the bishop to h6. So I will start attack the king side. The thing is, we move bishop to c4, black can push b5. And this is a move I'm pretty sure black is going to make after c6, because black really want to attack our queen side. And this move makes black kind of like faster in pushing the pawns. So I will move queen to d2 first. E6. Well, I think b5 is a good move, but the black play e6 and potentially d5 is coming, and we can play a4 to stop b5. And if black play d5, we can move bishop to b3 or queen d2. As I said, we can attack the king side from now on. So play bishop to b3, knight f6, a3. I think we are defending g4, but for example, if queen to d2, knight g4, we can move the bishop to g5. So if h6, we can move the bishop back to f4. If g5, we can move it back to g3. So even though our bishop is being attacked, on the other hand, we make black push the two pawns. So we can attack or create pawn break with only one move. So which can make our attack easier. So we play h3, but this is a little bit slow, and I'm pretty sure we are going to push pawn to h4 later. So h3 is slow. a5, a4, knight a6. I think knight is going to d2. We short castle, queen d2. Okay, so I put queen d2. We can still move the bishop to h6, bishop d7, rook e1, rook a d8, rook a d1. I think now we can push the e pawn to attack the knight. And if the knight goes to d5, we can move our knight, not right now, but we can move the bishop to g5 and attack the rook. And later we can move the knight to e4 to attack the king side. For example, if the rook goes to c8, knight e4, we don't need to worry about losing the pawn, because black cannot take that. We can discover attack and win the queen. So we can move our pieces toward the king side and also control these dark squares. So e5 is good. Rook d1, knight b4, bishop to f4, knight h5, bishop back to h2. Knight a2. we on exchange with the knight. I think knight b1 is also something we can consider, and the c3 to kick the knight away. Queen b6, bishop b3. So can we play e5? I think we can still play e5. If takes that, we can take that with a knight. Attack the rook. Control the center. If bishop take, when we take that with our bishop, we can have pair bishop. Yeah, e5 is a good move. So play queen d3, c3, queen c2, king h1. It looks like we don't know what to do, but e5 is always a choice. We can expand our space, and also after e5, if black doesn't take our pawn, we can push g4 to trap the knight. Right? King h1. This move doesn't is not very helpful in my opinion. Queen 7, b1, b5. So we push the d pawn, but you know, actually push the d pawn, black can close the center. If we play e pawn, and if black play d5, we can trap the knight. So e5, bishop d7, we move rook to d2. It feels like we don't have any clear plan. Rook d3, and c1, offering a queen trade. So now black has set up a very launch a queen side attack. I think b4 is coming, and now we are in the worst position because we didn't get anything from the center and the king side as well. So now black is going to push the b pawn and make our b2 being exposed. Since we don't have dark square bishop, it's really hard to defend b4. So now our position will become passive. b4, take. We are attacking the a4, but I think black can maneuver the bishop to the queen side. b1. Why don't we take the bishop? Why don't we take the pawn? Because I think our b2 pawn is weaker than a4. So if we can exchange the pawns, I'm happy to see actually. Rook takes, we can move rook back to a2. Yeah, it's good for us to exchange the 2 pawns because our rooks are passive, defending the pawn. Bishop da. Okay, I think black figured out a way to create a passed pawn. Bishop c5. Attack our bishop. And black can push the f pawn to attack the center. g3. We can play b3 while bishop moved to b5. We can trying to exchange the pawns, which can make our rooks free. But I think black has set up a very good plan after trading the bishop with the knight. The bishop can attack our pawn, but on the other hand, we can take the a4 pawn, right? Because the light square bishop is gone, and we did that. I think the game will end up as a draw. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, since we have like bishops in different colors, it probably end up as a draw. Yes, this is what I expect. Well, I think the learning for this one is actually we have set up a very good like center control and piece development, but I think from like here yes, we can push the E pawn. So I think we missed the opportunity to push the E pawn to first of all come to the centers, and also if you look at the pawn structure, if we push the pawn to E5, the light square bishop is really bad in its position. The majority of black pawn will be placed at the light squares, and the bishop cannot really be developed, and the dark square bishop will be stuck as well. And also another thing is, after kicking the knight, our knight can have a very good control of the center. And also these two squares, our knight can occupy, and all the dark square can also be utilized. So yeah, so I think we have 2 or 3 times we have the opportunity to play E5, but we missed that. And that's it.